All right, everybody, what's going on? It's Thundershot. Welcome to me ranking. It's finally time. We are going to rank every Pokemon, maybe ever, maybe not, but we're going to start off with Gen 1. I'm currently doing my subathon over on Twitch. It's going very well. I've been live for 2 days. I'm going to be live for about at least 2.5 more. We'll see. But anyway, this is my rank every Pokemon, maybe ever question mark. We're starting with Gen 1. It's a subathon goal thing. So basically, if I get 5 subs while I'm ranking every Gen 1 Pokemon, we'll do Gen 2. If I get 10 subs before finishing Gen 2, we'll do Gen 3. 10 subs on top of the 5. If we get 20 after that, and then I'm going to cap it at 25. How it works. Anyways, so without further ado, I think I'm just going to go in order unless I really get stumped on one. We are including Megas. As you see, we have the tier list goated down to triple F minus. I do want to go in order, but before we go in order, we're not going to fuck around about it. Let's not waste any time. Absolute fucking goated mon of all goated mons. That's Raichu. Raichu's going up there. And that's how it's gonna be. We got some YouTube haters in chat. Don't know where that came from. Hi, me watching from the future. Hi, future me. Y'all gonna watch this shit twice. Anyway. Bulbasaur. S tier Pokemon. I don't give a fuck. Tiny little grass starter. Good little baby. Get him in the beginning. Thing learns Leech Seed early. I'm not going to take into account, I don't know if I'm going to take into account moves and shit too much. It's more so going to be design and like how cool the Pokemon is. But Bulbasaur is an easy yes. Ivysaur, kind of a step backwards. I'm going to go B for Ivysaur. And then Venusaur, big ass toad frog thing. I'm going to put him in A. Mega Venusaur, because Venusaur is kind of a step up. I don't know. Ivysaur is fine. There's nothing wrong with Ivysaur. It's what the B tier is there for. It's like there's nothing wrong with him. Venusaur might get moved down later. We'll see. Oh, also the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to take every Pokemon from the S tier and goated tier. When we've gone through all the generations we're going to go through, I'm going to take every Pokemon from the S tier and from the goated tier, and I'm going to move them into their own separate separate list. And then at the end, we're going to merge all of them together, kind of thing. So we're going to take all the S and goated Pokemon from every generation, and then we're going to break them down on another list of like the best of the best. Standing Ivysaur sprite is best. The one where he looks like he's flipping a quarter. There's an old school, I think it's like Pokemon Blue or Red. Ivysaur sprite looks like he's leaned up in an alleyway flipping a quarter like, hey kid, come here. I got something for you. Anyways, and Mega Venusaur has never really impressed me in any facet, so Mega Venusaur is going to go back down to B, maybe even D. It's just, it should be a major step up from Venusaur, and it just isn't. So it's not that the design is just so much worse than Venusaur's, it's that it should be a step up and it isn't, so it's just a disappointment. It's just a disappointment. All right, now we got the big boys. Y'all know how we do here. Y'all know how. So we got Charmander. How the fuck, Charmander? I might be a hater. Charmander might be an A tier starter. He's just a lizard with a little fire tail. Charmeleon, I would put in Ivysaur tier. Charmeleon, I would put in Ivysaur tier, but I mean, we're talking about the fucking GOAT. You know what I mean? We're talking about the living fucking legend, right? We're talking about the goddamn GOAT. Are we booing putting Charizard up here? Charizard overrated? I mean, Charizard's overrated, but he's also rated as the greatest thing to ever walk the earth, and like nothing can achieve that, and he's still pretty fucking good. He's still pretty fucking good. Now, here's where it goes Dicko mode. I'm going to be completely honest. I don't even like putting Charizard X in goated. But how the fuck do you not put Charizard X in goated? They gave him the dragon typing everybody always wanted. He's fucking blue and black. The Charizard Shiny is black, but he's fucking blue and black. He got flames coming out of his mouth. Like, they just did. It's like, you know why I don't like putting him in goated? It's because I feel like they forced him to be super cool. Does that make sense? You know, there's some shit that just is super cool, and then there's some shit that's forced to be super cool. They do that in anime a lot. Killua, forced to be super cool. Levi from Attack on Titan, forced to be super cool. Like, you didn't have a choice. Gojo from JJK, you don't get a choice. They're just the coolest motherfuckers who ever lived, and you have to deal with it, right? They're just the coolest motherfuckers who ever lived, and you have to deal with it. And that, I feel like Charizard X is another one of those things where I don't even want to like him, but he's just the coolest motherfucker to exist, and I have to deal with it, right? I'm still in Baldur's Gate 3. Oh, good save. No, I should be in just chatting. Oh, no. Sorry. I just clicked update, and it turned me from just chatting back to Baldur's Gate 3. Thank you for the heads up. Twitch just decided not to update my shit. Anyway. Here's the thing. Charizard X, or Charizard Y, excuse me. Charizard Y is a step up from Charizard. I'm not actually going to order these, but Charizard Y is a step up from Charizard. Charizard Y is slept on. Charizard Y is mad fucking slept on. Charizard Y is a special attacker who immediately puts the sun out when he comes out, and he hits like a fucking truck. Mega Charizard Y is extremely underrated. Personally, I like Y more than X, but I'm not going to fool myself into thinking that X ain't the goated. You know what I mean? That motherfucker has Drought. That motherfucker has Solar Beam. That motherfucker is very specially attack heavy. Thunder, please don't talk about the sun. Oh, my fault. Oh, yeah, bad memories. Charizard Y is what happens when you don't try way too hard to make him the coolest motherfucker who ever lived, but he just kind of is anyway. And I think Charizard Y is giga slept on. All right, Squirtle, we're back in S tier. I might be a hater on Charmander, and that's my bad. But ever since I saw that when Ash told Squirtle to use Hydro Pump, and that motherfucker pulled in every limb he had and just started flying out of it, Squirtle's a goat. Squirtle's a goat. War Turtle is so interesting, dude. I'm gonna put War Turtle in A, and the reason War Turtle sits higher than the other two, this motherfucker got wings for ears. That never went anywhere. I don't know where they came from, but this dude got wings for ears and a big ass fluffy tail, which is so strange. And I don't know why. Maybe it's an evolution thing, but like, Squirtle got a weird looking tail. War Turtle got a fluffy tail, and Blastoise got a regular nub. Same thing. Squirtle ain't got no ears. War Turtle got wings? I like his color palette too, if I'm being honest. And then Blastoise has ears. I don't know. Anyways, Blastoise. This is where I'm going to struggle. Because Blastoise is way cooler than Venusaur. Blastoise might be an S. I can't put Blastoise and Venusaur in the same tier. I just can't. Blastoise is an S. And then Megastoise. Look at... How do you deny the big fuck you cannon, man? How do you deny the fuck you cannon? You can't. You can't. He's got the shits coming out of his arms. You can't deny the fuck you cannon. All right, here we go. Caterpie is fine. Nothing to write home about. This is just going off design. This isn't talking about how fucking, like, his stats or anything like that. Obviously, we're not going to take, like, crazy good stats into account for the little baby Pokemon. Metapod. I feel like any attachment I have to Metapod is nostalgia. He just kind of sits there and gets hard. You know what I mean? Butterfree. So here's my problem with Butterfree. Butterfree to me, I'm gonna put Butterfree in A. It bugs me to no end that Venonat and Butterfree got mixed up. Look at these two. See these two? See how Venonat was definitely supposed to evolve directly into Butterfree, and then, like, look at Metapod. See how Metapod was absolutely supposed to evolve straight into Venomoth? See this shit? See how this checks out? Even see Caterpie's got these two little V's that would turn into a third one. See? It's literally, if we zoom in on this. Can I zoom in? What am I at now? I'm at 110. Let me show you something, okay? Look at this. Venomoth has two and then one in the middle. What's this? Caterpie got two and then Metapod got one in the middle. That's Venomoth. Look at the eyes. Even the eye looks like a combination of the two of them. That's Venomoth. Look at the mouth. Look at the shape. All right? Butterfree. Literally exact same eyes. Literally exact same nose. Literally exact same stupid hands. Almost same feet. Exact same fucking feelers. It's not a vision. It was an actual thing where somebody over at Game Freak or Pokemon accidentally swapped these two sprites when they were putting them in the goddamn game. Okay? That's how it should have gone. And I think they'd both be cooler if it would have been corrected. But anyway. Let me get off my bullshit. I just wanted to go on a little rant. I like Butterfree, though. Butterfree is the first Pokemon you're into that knows confusion in the game, which I always thought was kind of sick. Let's keep it moving. Weedle is... I always thought he was a little bit cooler than Caterpie. Not by much. Weedle's a little bit cooler than Caterpie because he can use Poison Sting. Kakuna is the exact same fucking thing as Metapod. There's no difference. I might be a Beedrill hater. If we do like this. If we do like, what the fuck are these guys? And then... Like, I inherently know Beedrill is cooler than Butterfree, but I like Butterfree more, man, you know? Mega Beedrill. Also feel indifferent about Mega Beedrill. I don't really give a fuck. Mega Beedrill never really stuck out to me. Like, it's cool that Beedrill kind of became usable a little bit, but... Pidgey. It's nostalgia, but Pidgey's a goat, okay? I'm going to admit this. It's 100% nostalgia. It's actually just a bird, but Gen 1, Pidgey. A lot of people's first Pokemon they catch out in the wild, a Pidgey. They run with that shit. Pidgey. Pidgeotto is cooler than Pidgey is, so you know what? We'll do this. And then Pidgeot, gotta be up here with the legends. Gotta be up here with the fucking legends. And I'll even throw Mega Pidgeot up there, too, while we're at it. I like most of the birds a lot. Yeah, me too. Kakuna versus Metapod? Who wins? Dog, I don't give a fuck. They're both tied in triple F minus at the bottom. You run that shit way up to the end and it just works. Unironically, I love Rattata. Here we go. Okay. Okay, how are we looking? I fuck with Mega Pidgeot. Pidgeot's just so fucking sick. Even in the anime, they had dude looking great out there. I'm tempted to throw Pidgeot and Goated. I'm tempted to throw Pidgeot and Goated, but it is what it is. Rattata. Another right home about. Raticate. Also another right home about. I'm tempted to throw both these guys in D just because I get tired of looking at them. But these are the Barf Boys if y'all saw the Pokemon server. I don't have a preference. You know what? I'll leave them in B because they get shit like Super Fang and Hyper Fang, and that's annoying as fuck, but hilarious. Spearow. I've never liked Spearow as much as the Pidgey line. Spearow is cool, though, so we're going to do that. Spearow is actually better than Pidgey, like attack-wise, because he gets Peck. It's just stronger, but I've always preferred the Pidgeot line to the Spearow line. Pidgeot isn't cool, though. Yes, he fucking is. Have you seen, bro? Controversial opinion, Fearow A tier. If anything, like he might end up here. Actually, no, that feels more correct. Ekans, but it's Snake backwards. Ekans is a mid design. Arbok, however, is not. Arbok's pretty fucking cool. I'm going off design and stats and attacks and shit, and Arbok's like not that usable, so that might be what's gatekeeping him to A here, but. Arbok is pretty fucking sick. He's got the designs on his chest that change. He does need better stats. You did miss the 6% speedrun that did happen already. All right. You can't really bitch about Pikachu. All right, that's greatness. If I wasn't a hater, if I didn't like Raichu so much, Pikachu would be in Goated where they belong. But where the fuck else are you gonna put Pikachu? You know, Pikachu at the top. What are you doing? Okay, here's a good one. Sandshrew, I like this little guy. I like this little guy a lot. I'm putting both those guys in S tier. Sandshrew, Sandslash, sick-ass combo. Especially once you got the ability to defense curl and to roll out. Sick-ass fucking combo. I used it a Alolan Sandslash my Pokemon Moon playthrough. Can't be a hater there. All right, Nidoran female. We'll do B. Try not to be a hater here. Nidorina? Also a B. And Nidoqueen, I'll do A tier. This not to be sexist, but Nidoran, Nidorino. That's my fucking goat up there. That is my fucking goat. How do you not, dude? His shiny is this bright blue color. His shiny is actually this color. His shiny is the color of the goated tier. But that's my fucking dude right there. How do you not throw goddamn Nidoking up and goated? I genuinely like Nidoqueen a lot. And like using her for individual battles, but when it comes to using her in-game, I just don't, because she's more defensive, and it just means that's more trips to the Pokemon Center because you're not one-shotting enemies, so they are hitting you, and even if you're tanking the hits okay, you just have to go back to the Pokemon Center because tanking one small hit every battle for 7 battles is more than tanking no hits over 7 battles. I don't know. Anyway, that's my whole theory on that. So, like, I might actually bump Nidoqueen up, too, because I do like her design a lot, and I like her a lot as a Pokemon. It just sucks. I don't feel like using her in games a lot because she's slower. That's really it. That's the only thing gatekeeping it, is because she's slower and she doesn't one-shot as often. But we keep it moving. Okay, Clefairy. Clefairy's fine. Can't really complain. I'm actually going to put Clefable in A tier. Not because I love Clefable's design or anything necessarily, but once Clefable got the fairy typing, Clefable is a dickbag in competitive, and Clefable is very, very fun to use in competitive. So that this Clefable being up here is solely based on how much fun I've had with Clefables in competitive Pokemon and Pokemon battles and shit like that. Vulpix is a goated mon. Vulpix is a goat. Where's my man Martyr X23 at? Vulpix is just a goated Pokemon. Look at the little fox thing. Look at the little fox thing. And Ninetales is not a step down necessarily, but it's like, how do you compete with Vulpix? So I'm going to put Ooh, is Ninetales S or A? Ninetales, I'm going to leave Ninetales in S. I'm going to leave Ninetales in S because, like, this shit gets Sunny Day and Solar Beam. I don't know why I like that combo so much. Confuse Ray is nuts. You know what? I got overzealous. Goated tier is, like, Vulpix is great, but, like, Goated tier is reserved for the best of the best. Only Pokemon plushie I own is Vulpix. I will say a Alolan Vulpix goes a little bit harder than regular Vulpix. Jigglypuff, little singing bitch, right there. Wigglytuff, who the fuck made you? What an abomination. Get your ass down there. Jigglypuff might be B tier, but Smash Bros. I played a lot of Jigglypuff in Smash Bros. Knock you up to the A tier. Like, who has ever used Wigglytuff in a playthrough? Who's ever used Wigglytuff in a playthrough? Ever. No one. Nobody ever has finished the Pokemon League and recorded a Wigglytuff victory. It just hasn't happened. Zubat is a shit stain. Zubat is a shit stain that only purpose is to confuse Raimi in the first fucking tunnel that you go through in Kanto, through Mount Moon, okay? Golbat, slightly cooler. Crobat, I would put in Goated. By the way, for 5 gift subs, we will also do Gen 2 as soon as we finish Gen 1. Anyway, if we do Crobat would be like S or Goated. I love Crobat to death. Oddish never hurt nobody. It's just a little fucking plant. Gloom had a really sick spot in the anime where it was like putting it was stinking up the joint. Everyone was like couldn't breathe in around it. And I also like Vileplume a lot. Where is C tier? Deleted. I intentionally don't have C tier. The line like B is like your Pokemon is okay. D is like officially bad. B is like I don't have anything to complain about with this thing. B tier is like, yeah, that's a Pokemon. I'm bumping Butterfree up. You don't see it. Don't tempt me. I'll do it. Just see. I always forget Houndour is a Gen 2 mon. I always think it's Gen 3. Next list. Paris. He got 2 little mushrooms on his back. Non-offensive. Inoffensive. You know, I mean, they're here. I would do this. Honestly, what's keeping them up this high, they would be lower, but what's keeping them up here is that story about how when you see Paris, the mushrooms are like infesting his back and they're a disease, but he's living with it. And then when you see Parasect, it's because the mushrooms won, Paris died, and the mushrooms control the body now. It's always so fucked. Yeah, it's very easy to forget that Houndour, Magcargo, and Skarmory are all Gen 2 mon and not Gen 3 mon, because nobody ever fucking uses them. Mang, thank you for the 5-piece, and it looks like we're doing Gen 2. Looks like we will also be doing Gen 2. Thank you so much. Is the timer? By the way, if you're watching this on YouTube, you wonder what the fuck's going on. Again, subathon's happening. I have a lot of time left. It's people sub, it adds time to the clock. The whole thing. I'll be streaming forever. Legends Arceus will make you hate Paris. Because, yeah, and Arceus, Paris is aggressive for no reason. Paris will run your shit down in the street just to get fucking stomped out. But it's like, he's just an annoyance in that game. He's like Shinx, except Shinx is in the beginner area. All right, here we go. Venonat. I like little guy. Look, he's right next to Butterfree, his Evo, where he belongs. Venomoth as a step down. I still like Venomoth. Quiver Dance opened up a lot of doors for these guys. But yeah, this looks right. This looks right to me. Just going to do that. Anyway. It just feels right that they're together. Anyway. Diglett, this little fucko. Diglett dig. Diglett dig. Trio. I'm moving them down. They're fine, but until Nintendo makes it canon that Dugtrio can step out of the ground and has a completely ripped body and a huge cock. I don't want it, okay? Anime song carries these guys. Diggle dick, trio. But until it becomes canon in the Pokemon world that Dugtrio stands up out of the ground and he's just got like this 11-foot tall, completely jacked body that puts him a champ to shame, I don't want it. Okay. Meowth. Good little dude. Persian, slight step down. It's like a walking, talking, well, can't really talk, but like a walking cat that can throw hands and scratch and shit to a regular cat. Imagine Diglett reveals the body and it's just a mole. That would be the craziest mix-up ever if they just did the Diglett body reveal. Because like, what is down there? Something has to be rooting them. They have to be rooted to something. Oh shit, my food got here. How many months? Oh, I got a fuck ton of Pokemon left. All right, give me a sec. I'm gonna grab my food. All right, if somebody wants to go tell Em that her poutine's here, I would appreciate it. There we go. Psyduck is sick. I wish Golduck was cooler, man. I wish Golduck, like, he's a cool design and I like him a lot, but he doesn't have the psychic typing and it just fucks a lot of shit up. Also, I'm gonna have to resize this. Hold up. Do like this. Get the extra layers in here. Okay. I'm gonna do Mankey in A, Primeape in S. I fuck with Primeape. I fuck with Primeape so heavy. Yeah, if Golduck had his psychic typing and like lived up to the potential that this mon looks like it could live up to, Golduck would be S tier easy. Like free. Golduck would be S tier. Growlithe, boom, Arcanine, fucking goated. Can't complain about Growlithe at all. Arcanine is a living, breathing legend. I get that his move pool is kind of limited, but like Flare Blitz, you got extreme speed, he can go Flamethrower, he can do all that shit. Arcanine's my dude. Oh, Annihilate also goes crazy. I just wish he was more fun to use. He is limited. You're basically only ever running like one moveset when you run Arcanine. Like if you run Arcanine, you know. Huh? In and out. Yeah, anything in the bag's yours. You get the fries. Anyways, chat. So like if you run Nidoking, you can go special, you can go physical, you can go mixed. There's an array of moves. Sometimes you run Ice Beam, sometimes you run T-Bolt, sometimes you run neither. Like, Nidoking has options, right? When you go Arcanine, or even Raichu too, for that matter, you go Arcanine or you go Raichu, you know exactly what the fuck you're running because they have like 6 total moves that are even remotely viable, and 4 of them, like 3 of them are the ones that you have to run regardless, right? So that's why, that's like the Arcanine drawback. Like, you're running Arcanine, you're running Arcanine. Okay. Poliwag, like it. Poliwhirl, whatever. Poliwrath, that's my goat. That's my goat. Actually, Poliwrath used to be one of my, like, a top 2 Pokemon right behind Raichu. Excuse me. Poliwrath was my goat. I read the Pokemon Adventures, read the Pokemon Adventures manga. Poliwrath is really cool in that manga. That's Red's actual starter, I think, or Red's actual first Pokemon is the Poliwrath, I want to say. Or the Poliwhirl, something like that. Poliwrath isn't good until the physical special split, and even after that, I used a Poliwrath on one of my playthroughs like a few years ago, and he kind of sucked. He kind of brought the team down. So that's the only thing keeping it from being like my number 2, but he's still a goat. That's a badass. That's water fighting type. He's a little guy. I'll throw hands. He can put you to sleep. He can dynamic punch you. He has swift swim. He has belly drum. So you can do belly drum citrus shit. You can set up a rain dance and then belly drum with swift swim on. Like, it's all crazy. How far did I read in Adventures? I read red, blue, yellow. So I got the whole first gen done. All right. Aberline. I mean, we're talking teleports away from you. Kind of a little dweeb, actually. We're talking pretty fucking cool. We're talking that's my goat. We're talking really overpowered. And aside, like, if he wasn't really overpowered, it wouldn't be a question to be an S instead of A. But I'm like, I'd be iffy on this one. I think being disgustingly overpowered keeps him from dropping to A. I think being disgustingly overpowered is what keeps him in S. So that's my boy, the Aberline. Machop, fine. Machoke, fine. Machamp, that's an S. That's an S Pokemon right there. These are literally just people. This is just like a tiny naked person, and this is just like a naked guy who works out a lot, but he's got underwear on at least. And then, but this dude's got 4 fucking arms. We're over 50 now. Yeah, we hit. Oh my god, this is actually the highest we've been. 54 and a half. How you doing, Marcel? 500 speed on Mega Alakazam is disgusting. Daijobu, how you doing? I'm grabbing a paper towel. Yeah, you either have to run Alakazam or Mega Alakazam or a counter to Mega Alakazam. Been gone for a minute, but I'm back. Good to see you, man. Thank you for the resub. Appreciate it, appreciate it. Glad to hear you're doing well. Or I hope you're doing well, I should say. Oh, the suck line. All right. I'm going to put Bellsprout in S strictly because of the anime. Because when Bellsprout was dancing around and fucking smacking people's shit up as that tiny-ass Pokemon, he was cool as shit. That being said, Weepin' Bell, like, what the fuck are these guys? You know, like, what the fuck are we looking at here? The suck? Victory Bell eats people. I'll move Victory Bell up. I don't know. They're fine. I'm torn. I'm going to leave him here. Bellsprout did get a whole tower. All right. Hentai Goblins. These dudes are tanky and annoying. And they supersonic and they rap. And maybe I played too much Gen 1 and that's why. But it's all just supersonics and rapping you to death. And it just pisses me right the fuck off. Yeah, they're harmless. They are everywhere. Hey, Edgar, welcome back. They're 2 tiers too high. Oh, do you guys hate these guys as much as I do? Because I'll fucking can them. All right, here we got Geodude. Here we got Graveler. And up in S tier, we got my boy Golem. I've always been a big fan of Golem. Sucks he's a trade Evo. Sucks he's a trade Evo, or I would have used him a lot more. But Golem's pretty sick. Oh, Ponyta and Rapidash. Something doesn't feel right here. There's Hair Nerd. Hi, Cat. How you doing? Tentacruel is hot. Jesus. Tentacruel is so sick design-wise. Yeah, I just hate fucking running into him in the wild. Ponyta to A, good call. Shiny Ponyta and Shiny Rapidash both go insane. Okay. Slowpoke, fine. The Evo of a Shelter biting on his tail, pretty fucking sick. Slowbro's borderline S tier. What the fuck is that thing, dude? What the fuck am I looking at? Been working on my second master's. Oh, shit. Congratulations. Who the fuck is that guy? You know what I mean? No, I know who he is. I know it's Mega Slowbro, but like, what? You know what? Magnemite, Magneton, never really been a fan. Magnezone's kind of okay. Farfetch'd, he's just a little guy trying his best. If his stats were better, he'd be better. Doduo, kind of lame. Dotrio. Pretty fucking cool. I like it. I fuck it. Galarian Slowbro is S because he has a gun. This is literally a seal, and it's called Seal. Dewgong, not much better. I could Dewgong go in either one of these. These two got to be the most forgettable. Here we have two piles of sludge. Like, what is that about? Shelter. Just a little guy, but we might have another fucking goated. We might have it. Can we get some T-Shot Moist? We get some T-Shot Moist in chat. I know we don't shout out follows, but I am going to go ahead and say thank you. She took the damn dog for the follow. Okay, I'll admit it. A little bit of a meme to put Cloyster up here. Genuinely, if I was being super serious, Cloyster would probably be an S. But I like the super defensive attacks, or the super defensive stats. Spike Cannon, Shell Smash, all that crazy shit. Cloyster could just be a really fun one to fuck around with. Ghastly, little ghost blob. Haunter. He's there. It's Bird's favorite. I feel bad putting him in A, but he's there. Gengar might be one of my goats. Step Thunder, thank you for gift sub. She took the damn dog. How do you remember all these Pokemon? Well, I played through Gen 1 specifically. Probably more times than I could count. But I've been playing Pokemon for a very long time. You know, basically a few times a year, every year. For the last 8 or 9, and then a lot before then. Muck and D. Dog, he's sludge. He's sludge, man. I might be a little bit of a hater. Mega Gengar is A tier, and the only thing that really saves Mega Gengar is that its shiny is the coolest shiny I've ever seen. Anonymous, thank you for the gift up to Skittles. Onyx. If his stats were better, he would probably be an S for me. If Onyx's stats were better, he'd be an S, but he's just dog shit in the stat department. Drowsy. Who the fuck cares? This is the Pokemon that kidnaps children. Roll down here while we do this. We got Crabaphy. I'm gonna do Krabby in B, Kingler in A. It's like a good progression. I feel like wherever Voltorb and Electrode go, they go to the same tier. If anything, Electrode's cooler because he blows up. It's a bit iconic. Execute, Executor, Inoffensive. Cubone's a good-looking guy. You know what? This is going to be a wild play. I'm going to put Cubone in S and Marowak in B or even D. Because, like, who gives a shit about Marowak? Now, if they connected the line... If they connected the line they were supposed to, where it went Cubone, Marowak, and then Kangaskhan, that's a fucking line right there. If they would have finished that up, for anybody who doesn't know this, similar to the whole Venomoth and Butterfree got swapped thing. If you look at Kangaskhan's stats and learn set, it actually, and the fact that Kangaskhan is a baby, everything checks out for Cubone to actually be Kangaskhan's baby. Everything checks out for Cubone to evolve into Marowak, who evolves into Kangaskhan, and then something happens and it becomes Kangaskhan, whatever, and then they have a baby in the pouch, and then it's Kangaskhan until they die, and then you get a Cubone out of that. And that would be cool if that was the case, but it isn't. I don't know where in the line Kangaskhan is, actually. So as of right now, it's like nobody gives a shit about Marowak for the most part. It holds a bone. I'll keep it in B tier. Hitmonlee, kind of my goat. Hitmonchan, actually my goat. Lickitung, what that thing do? Fucking coughing and wheezing. Like, I get they're iconic in their own rights, but like, what are bros doing, you know? I think I'm just not a fan of the basic, like, poison types you face 400 of in Team Rocket. They're also incredibly tanky, which just makes them annoying to kill, and even though you barely ever run one yourself, you're always fighting like 100 of them. I don't see Ruware. Well, this is just Gen 1 for now. We're doing Gen 2 after this. Rhyhorn. I'll put Rhyhorn in B tier, but I really fuck with Rhydon. Rhydon is super cool to me as a concept. I like Rhyperior even more. So Rhyhorn is whatever, but I like Rhydon a lot. And also Hitmonchan got demoted. They're side by side where they belong. Kangaskhan is fine. Design's cool. Nothing crazy. Mega Kangaskhan is actually pretty fucking sick. That thing being able to hit twice is disgusting. Being able to do 2 hits is gross. Come in, double fake out, hit him with double power up punch. Fucking gross all the way around. All the way around. Chansey might be my goat. Chansey might be goated. Tangela, I'm not a hater. Kingdra's the coolest of this lineup. Horsey's floating around. Seadra looks cool, but Seadra's stats are so fucking bad that, like, who uses Seadra ever, you know? If that you ain't making it a Kingdra, you don't want it, right? Gen 2 kind of saved that line. Goldeen, I'm not a hater. Sea King, big ass horn, nice. Staryu, I'm not a hater, but Starmie, that's my fucking goat right there. Y'all know I fuck with Starmie. I have to talk. There's a couple Pokemon I have to talk. Oh wait, you guys can't see the top. I'm sorry. I didn't realize that was cut off. Chansey got put in my goated list. Starmie got put in my goated list. If you guys watch me do my Pokemon playthroughs, you know there's 2 Pokemon I have to horrifically fight myself not to use in every single playthrough I use. And that is Nidoking. I have to tell myself not to use a Nidoking in every single run that I do, and Starmie is the other one because the coverage is so good. You get the ground type Earthquake monster with like special attacking or physical attacking, whatever you want with Nidoking. And Starmie, it's a psychic water type where it's just very well rounded. It hits hard, it tanks, it's fast enough. Like, how do you not run? I have to talk myself out of Starmie every fucking run, man. I have to talk myself out of Starmie every goddamn run I do. Gets Recover, which I don't really use on it often, but still. This thing can fucking... Something can Psychic, T-Bolt, and Surf you, and it hits hard, and it's tanky, and it's fast enough. Like, I don't know. It's just a very, very good Pokemon. Hard to ignore. All right. Moving along, we got Mr. Mime, who I've never been a fan of personally. Scyther. If Scyther had good enough stats for me to want to run Scyther in any game ever, Scyther would be goated, and it wouldn't be close. But I think Scyther just barely being not really usable, like you can do it, but he's not going to get you through it kind of thing. Jinx is A tier. That's damn near goated. Electabuzz? Never been a big fan of Electabuzz. Never been an Electabuzz guy. Magmar, cool as shit. Wish his stats were better. If his stats were better, he'd be my goat. You put Jinx in S? Yes. Jinx carried me through Pokemon Stadium. Jinx hard carried me through Pokemon Stadium. What about Delta Scyther? Delta Scyther's a little different. Okay, here's a weird take. Pinsir is A tier. Mega Pinsir is my fucking goat. Pinsir's A tier. Mega Pinsir is my fucking goat. Mega Pinsir's ability, I think it's is that adaptability or whatever it is? It makes his normal attacks become flying type attacks, and it also makes him flying type. So Mega Pinsir, if he got extreme speed, he would be unkillable. But Mega Pinsir was an easy mod to set up with, and you could use quick attack, which would be stab quick attack. Aerialate, that's it. Mega Pinsir was the first Mega I gravitated to in competitive when Megas actually came out. It was Kangaskhan until Kangaskhan got banned one day later, and then Mega Pinsir was kind of my GOAT for a while. Back down, Tauros. I put Tauros in S, but I'm fighting myself not to put Tauros in my goated list. I'm fighting myself not to make Tauros goated. Magikarp is a fish. I think I'm putting him in B and not D for the meme line. Gyarados. How is Gyarados not your fucking GOAT, brother? Mega Gyarados. I'm putting Mega Gyarados in A. Mega Gyarados kind of falls off. Lapras, S. No complaints. Ditto. Okay, you little fucking blob. Eevee, S. Just an adorable little guy. I just gained 10 years. What are we upset about? We stopped. Mega Gyarados looks weird. He's just a little different. Oh, fuck the Evolutions chat. Ah, shit. The Evolutions chat. Vaporeon for me is goated, not for the reasons you're thinking. I used Vaporeon a lot in competitive. Vaporeon's always been a stable competitive mon for me. Vaporeon's my GOAT. Jolteon, while very, very cool and probably a lot of people's goated, is an S for me because I never run Jolteon because I'm always running Raichu. Flareon's also S for me. The thing keeping Flareon from being my GOAT is that its moveset sucks ass. You give that thing, for, like, it's got to run Facade and all that shit. But man, if Flareon's stats were better, Flareon might be my GOAT. I wish Flareon was good. I think we all wish Flareon was good. So I know it's weird for most people to see Flareon and Jolteon next to each other in a tier list like that, but that's where I'm at on it. Porygon, cool design, stats suck major ass. You're a B tier Pokemon. Porygon 2 and Z are different stories, but Ammonite and Amistar, I have no complaints. Kabuto's here. Kabutops, this dude got swords for hands, bro. Get up there with Scyther. Aerodactyl. Damn near my GOAT. Mega Aerodactyl, not really an improvement. They like gave him sinister eyebrows and a mustache or something. Snorlax, that's my fucking GOAT. Snorlax is my fucking GOAT. Legendary birds, let's go. S for Articuno, I fuck with Articuno heavy. Zapdos, that's my fucking GOAT. Zapdos up there. And Moltres, the Fire Chicken's fine. Fire Chicken's okay. Mega Aerodactyl ties out like Alakazam in speed. Yeah, but he's not nearly as good. Moltres is my least favorite of the three. I mean, yeah. He's just a big-ass fire chicken. Where's Lugia? This is Gen 1, though we're doing Gen 2 after this. Now we got this line. Oh, the other theory was that Dragonite and Gyarados got swapped. I didn't hear this till, like, Nos told me recently, I think. But the other game theory was that Dragonite and Gyarados got swapped. Because there's some history in, like, Japan or something about... the lore with Magikarp checks out more with the lore of Dragonite, but even if you look at, like, Dragonair into Dratini, into Gyarados, just makes more sense. Like, even the wings on his head and some shit. I don't know about that one 100%, but yeah. Myth about goldfish turning into a dragon if it jumps over a waterfall. There you go. That checks out so much more. Anyway, Dratini, he's just a little snake guy. Dragonair got wings on his head, similar to War Turtle. So he's going to get a little bump. And where he goes. Look at two wing-headed boys. I'm going to put them side by side. Mewtwo is not my GOAT. I'll say it. Mewtwo's a cool fucking design. Can't complain. That ain't my GOAT. Dragonite, that's my GOAT. Dragonite is my fucking GOAT. That's my guy. Mewtwo got fucked up with the Megas. Okay. Mega Mewtwo, why? That's my question. Why? Why would you do that? Like, he didn't have enough special attack? What the fuck was the problem? Mega Mewtwo X, I actually fuck with a little bit more. So I'm putting him over there with Mewtwo. And last, Mew. If y'all know me, y'all know that's my GOAT. That's my GOAT Mew. Okay, this is the list. No Mewtwo love? I put him in the second highest tier possible. What do you mean no Mewtwo love? Unless you mean no Mewtwo Y love, in which case, yes, no Mewtwo Y love. All right, what would you guys change on this list, chap? Mewtwo to GOAT tier? Step Thunder. I don't want to call you basic when it comes to Pokemon, but are your two favorite Pokemon Charizard and Mewtwo? Can I say Articuno up to GOAT with Zapdos? Honestly, yeah. My personal feelings, I do like Articuno just as much as Zapdos. Zapdos is the better Mon all the way around stat-wise and shit. But design-wise, I fuck with Articuno just as much. I'm trying to think, was I too generous for GOATed? Was I too generous in GOATed tier? If I'm being realistic, Cloyster's coming out. These are my GOATs, dude. These are just... I'm not... Nah, these are just my GOATs. Cloyster would get brought down because he was kind of up there on a meme pick, but these are my GOATs, man. Nothing is really standing out as super out of place to me. I don't feel wrong about anybody being where they're at.